truthful, right? According to this theory. That would have been more true.
Right.
And Jesus would have been more contemporary. He would have said, oh, he was the first redactor. Look, he's the first one to say Moses didn't write it. Why, these critics would have been all over Jesus like ugly on a bug. Right?
Right.
Instead, we don't hear any of this. We don't hear any of this. You know why? Because we have a serious problem, Houston. If Jesus said Moses wrote, Moses wrote, Moses wrote, and he didn't, then what did Jesus mean? Now we have a real question. What did Jesus mean? If the JEPD theory is right, what did Jesus mean when he said Moses wrote of me? You see the problem here? We have a problem. The apostles also give testimony to the authorship of Moses. Both Jewish and Christian tradition have accepted Moses' authorship. So what about Moses? And it talks about the 1906 Pontifical Biblical Commission that was promoted under Leo XIII, who also wrote an exceptional encyclical about the Bible that was quoted or footnoted in the Second Vatican Council. So again, another pope writing about the Bible that is used in contemporary times. On. 1943, Pope Pius XII. He wrote about the Bible. Not Humani Generis, but Divino Afflante Spiritu, which encouraged scholars to investigate the sacred text, utilizing resources such as archaeology, ancient history, linguistics, and other techniques. In 1948, Cardinal Suhard, Secretary of the Biblical Pontifical Commission, responds to the question of the origin of the Pentateuch. There is no one today who doubts the existence of these sources or refutes to admit a progression of development of the Mosaic laws due to social and religious conditions of the time. Therefore, we invite Catholic scholars to study these problems. However, he did not totally eliminate authorship of Moses. That's important to note. And I love this end. To best understand the authorship of Moses, Father Lagrange, an outstanding scholar, suggested in 1897, the same time that Wellhausen was propagating his theories, that in Mideastern culture, authorship was credited to the person who provided the initial and pervading spirit of the work, rather than necessarily the final version. Because of his role in the Exodus event, Moses is without question at the heart of the history and theology of the Pentateuch. Clearly, these books, inspired by the Holy Spirit, must reflect to be true to Moses. In this light, one should have no qualms in attributing the Pentateuch to his authorship. And I think that is a good summary of understanding where we got this. That it is apparent through textual criticism that there were additions made, but that the corpus of it comes from Moses. Does that make sense? So others added his death. Others added he was a humble man. But Moses is the primary source from which all of it is derived. That, I think, is a fair and balanced and Catholic view of the authorship question. And if you want more specifics, I'm going to refer you to this as a good place to start. Keep reading the introduction on page 13 and 14 in here. And if you want more, here's some additional sources. I kept you way longer than I should. We'll pick up this question next week, my brothers and sisters.